Yo, what's up, peoples? This your man AGgotBeats back again with another video. In this particular video, I'm going to be explaining 3 effects that every producer should be using. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Before we get started, if you're new to the channel, I teach tips and tricks on how to help you become a better producer. So please consider subscribing, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so today we're going to be in the Maschine software, and I'm going to be using the Maschine Plus. I want to shout out Native Instruments and Mick Benjamin for sending that over. I do appreciate it. I have been using it for the last week or so, and I'm just still trying to get acclimated, but I'm going to use it today. As you can see, I have it hooked up to my computer in controller mode, so it does work that way too. I'm going to do another video breaking down my likes, my dislikes, all of that stuff, so stay tuned and look out for that video. So the 3 effects that every producer should be using. 1, I would say, is the tape stop effect. 2 would be filter, and 3 would be the stutter effect. These are commonly used in today's production, so I'm going to go through how I use them, why I use them, and how you can record them as automation inside a Maschine. So here we go. So say this is our beat right now. Alright, so I already pretty much did a quick arrangement. You can check out how I arrange beats inside a Maschine here. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to do was I wanted to add a little, a couple changes and things like that. So the first thing I went in, you want to create another group. And what a group is going to do is think of them as like something that you're going to run your audio through and receive the effects, okay? So basically, we created a group. Within a group, we want to select group, all right? Then we want to press down the selector knob. That's going to bring up this screen right here. So when this screen comes up, we want to scroll down to performance effect. And this is like the secret sauce right here. This is what you use in live performances and stuff like that. But there was never really a way to record this on your master bus. So if you're doing performances, you can't record it to affect the entire beat. It will only affect certain groups that it's on, okay? So again, you have to be in group mode before this will work, because if you're in sound, you won't even see. Let's go to sound. It's not available, so you can't use it. So you have to be in group mode. So let's go ahead and put perform effects on there. We want to click load. All right, so now we have the performance effects loaded up on group C. The first thing we want to do is I want to create like a tape stop effect or a drop to go into the beat. All right, so let's turn filter. We're going to scroll down and we're going to turn it to scratcher. Right, you want to click this button right here, which is performance effect. That allows you to use this strip right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the beat. We're going to put the tape stop in just before the turnaround. That way we can create some type of drop before the beat comes in. All right. But before we can use that to work, we have to do some routing. So to do the routing, you can do it from the Maschine hardware or you can do it from the software. We're going to go ahead and do it from the hardware. So let's go into channel. And what you want to do is, since we're on group C, that needs to be going into the master. But whatever group we want to affect, we need to run that group into the effects group. All right, so we will go to group A because this is the group that we want to affect. We want to change that, the audio output destination, to go into group C. That way, the audio is going to flow from its group into group C where the effects is, and you can affect it there, if that makes any sense. So let's go back to group C. We're going to hit start, and then we're going to go ahead and, play around with the scratch effect to see, where we want to put it at. Before we do that, we need to go back to plugin. So let's go back to plugin. So you see, we can actually add that right there, okay? But I want to take the wet level down because I don't like the reverb, at the end. I just kind of want it to be a straight, scratch, just stop. All right. So what we're going to do is now, since we have that already routed, we want to record that. And how you do that is you want to just hit this little automation button. So it says auto right there. You want to hold that down, do what you're going to do with the strip, and then let it go. And then that's going to record everything. So let's go ahead and record something. All right, so what we just did, we recorded the automation, is already in there. So let's go ahead and play it back and listen to it. All right, so we got that, and let's say we like that right there. So the next thing we want to do is, if you want to add it to different sections of your arrangement, just to bring in, you know, the same type of vibe and feeling throughout your song, all you have to do is you can go to your, you know, your computer keyboard, hold down Option, click on it, and just drag it over to the next spot that you want to put it in. All right, so that way we're gonna go ahead and copy it. Do the same thing, Option, hold it down, drag it over. That way everything is the same as we're playing the beat. So we have that out the way. Let's go ahead and name this tape style. All right, so the next effect that everybody should know how to use would be a filter effect. And what we're doing is we just sticking with the performance effects because I like how they work. They're easy to use and you can just add them on the fly. All right, so the next one we're gonna do, we're gonna add another group. This one is group D. All right, so with group D, again, press down the button. It's already on performance effect, but if not, we would scroll down. We're gonna hit load. All right, so now that we have that loaded up, you can see it right there. We already have performance effect selected. Again, the same thing. If you try to use this without routing it, it's not gonna work. You're not gonna hear it. So we're gonna try it again. As I'm moving the strip, you can see the filter going up and down, but you can't hear it because it's not routed correctly. So the next thing we want to do is just the easiest way to do it is to take the tape stop effect and route that into the filter effect. Let's do it from the computer this time. So if we in tape stop, you would just go down here, click this little icon right here. You want to make sure you want output. And since we on tape stop or group C, we want to take the master and put it to group D. So now the tape stop is running from itself into group D. And let's go ahead and rename this to filter. All right, so now we have the tape stop running into the filter effect. You'll be able to hear it now. All right, cool. So now that we have that routed, let's go ahead and record it. We're gonna start it from the beginning and then we're gonna hold auto and start recording. So let's do it. All right, so let's just say we like that. We're gonna go ahead and play that back. All right, so we got that done. Now, what we want to do is, again, hold Option. Let's drag that on over to here. Hold Option again, drag it onto there. So now we got our automation set for our filters. So let's go ahead and go to our last effect that every producer should use, and that's the stutter effect. So let's go ahead and add another group. All right, we can go ahead and rename that right now. Let's name this stutter. All right, and from there, make sure you go back into plugin. All right, so let's click this button right here, and we're gonna keep it on perform effects. We're gonna load. All right, so we have our filter, we have our tape stop. Let's go to stutter. All right, and now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna just create some type of stutter effects throughout the track. And we're just gonna press play, and then we're gonna start just freestyling it. But again, before we do that, we have to route our filter now, group D, inside of group E. So let's do that. You want to go back into channel mode, make sure it's on output, make sure it's on group, make sure you're in group D, and we want to take group D and route that to group E. All right, so now we have everything routed correctly. Let's go back into group E. All right, and now we have our stutter effect. So let's go ahead and play it, and then we're just gonna start recording just certain stutter effects here and there. Let's see how it sounds. All right, so let's just say that's it. That's what we wanted to record. Let's go ahead and play it back and listen to it and make sure it's how we want it. And then from there, we can grab, copy and paste and drag over and set it to wherever we want to set it at. So let's go ahead and check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with somebody who might need the information. Until the next video, I'll holler at y'all. Peace.